I cut off my blood older sister. I ain't spoke to her in over a couple years. Like, I don't give a... This is the thing y'all gotta understand. Don't matter if you share blood or history. That is not an excuse for disrespect. Period, point blank. I done said this a couple times. It does not matter if we share the same blood or if we share history. The moment you start to disrespect me, baby, you gotta go.
You wanna know what's crazy? After I went into contact with my mom and basically my entire family, I started receiving so many blessings. When I was still in contact with my mother and she was draining my life force, like literally draining my life force out throughout my whole life. And when I finally had enough and gathered some strength from I don't know where to leave that situation, my blessings started pouring in like that. All of my manifestations started coming to me in physical form just like that.
One thing about surviving a narc family and cutting them off is that you can no longer tolerate disrespect from anybody. Because if somebody cut their own family off, what makes you think that they're about to play with you? See, people underestimate the strength it takes to cut off your own family. So they play with you. They play right in your face. But see, they forgot to look at your record. You a runner, you a track star, okay? You don't mind cutting people off that try to dim your light. You don't mind cutting people off that don't see your worth. And you are totally done with proving yourself to people. You realize that if they don't see you the first time, they will never see you. And so to protect your peace, you cut them all off. You learn to recognize the toxic patterns that most people ignore. Because you know that if you ignore them red flags, it gives them a chance to disturb your peace. And that's something you will never let happen again.
You are not a bad person for not talking to certain toxic family members. You are not a bad person because you chose peace over chaos. You are not a bad person for removing yourself from a situation where you are constantly being gaslighted, manipulated, or even being talked down to. It's not easy to walk away from toxic people that you can still love, toxic or not, because you're choosing yourself. I think a lot of the times people want to villainize you, right? They want to villainize us for not being around toxic family members, right? They act like we're the bad guy because we actually got up and left, right? You're not the bad guy. No one knows how your family makes you feel but you. No one knows the trauma that these toxic family members have caused you but you. No one knows how hard it is being you but you. So do not let anybody's dusty opinion make you feel like you made the wrong decision by walking away from people that didn't even value your existence to begin with.
I need people to start protecting their peace by any means necessary, because I will cut off family as soon as they begin to disturb my peace. And people will say they just family. That's how family is. You can't do family like that. Yes, you can. I need y'all to start protecting y'all peace. Y'all better ask my siblings how I will double the fuck down and not talk to your ass for years. For years, because I'm big on protecting my peace. The shit I witnessed this weekend dealing with my girl family, boy, I want her to cut everybody the fuck off. And I don't give a fuck who see this video. I want her to cut everybody the fuck off. Because you would not ever in your life play my face the way these motherfuckers playing her face this weekend. You think I'm going to come in town and all of a sudden everybody got an excuse why they can't see me? Oh, baby, you would never see me again. Ever. Oh, my God. You would never in your life see me again. You wouldn't hear from me. You would be blocked on everything. Ask my people how I stand on business.
Wait a couple months to come back into your life like everything okay. Baby, it don't work like that over here. Ain't nowhere in the hell you finna dog me out and then think cause a couple months passed you can come back and treat me like it's nothing happened and not acknowledge what the fuck you did. Baby, we ain't even doing that. I done seen enough of that growing up, how folks would be all in faux knowing a whole 2 days ago they were sitting under the tree dogging them out. And that person don't even know what they were talking about. Now the whole family looked at them sideways just because they whispering and talking about the person. Baby, y'all motherfuckers really fucked up mentally. And then y'all wonder why don't nobody want to mess with you. That's why.
Kids who treat their mom like the enemy, who turn on their mom, all share the same traits. They never own their mistakes. It's always someone else's fault. They will argue to feel right even when they're wrong and still think that they won. The way that they talk to the woman who raised them shows how they're going to treat everybody else. If they can flip on her in a second, they can do it to anyone. And everything is about them. Every sacrifice she made, every sleepless night, they treat it like a life that they never asked for, like it's all owed to them.
Welcome to the renewal. Please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel.
Sometimes the hardest thing in life is to have to walk away from people we love the most because of their toxic behaviors. Toxic behavior can show up in families, friends, even your own children. It doesn't only come from strangers. In this video, we'll talk about recognizing unhealthy relationships, setting healthy boundaries, and understanding that protecting your peace isn't about giving up on people. It's about choosing your emotional well-being. Never feel bad for walking away or distancing yourself away from people or places that drain you of your energy. Protect your mental health at all costs. Peace is expensive, so stop giving it away to people who consistently choose to refuse to value it. Let's talk about it.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. The only people in the family you could trust is the ones that don't fuck with the family. Some people in the family been new before you. That's why you don't never see them at nothing. Some family don't come to family reunions on purpose. Some family you wouldn't even know related to the family. You only be running into them at the grocery store or the gas station. They been there and done that with all your trifling ass aunts. The only motherfuckers you could trust is that one cousin that stayed to theyself. Nobody in the family got their number besides their kids and their mama. And the only way they know somebody died in the family is when somebody posted on Facebook. They don't even care what be going on. They just don't want no parts of that fake shit. Some family just never got over how they caught their cousin and their baby father. Motherfuckers ain't even seen each other in person since grandma died. They the only ones in the family you could trust. And you don't gotta worry about them telling nobody nothing. Because they don't fuck with nobody in the family. And they only fuck with you because you will pull up on them. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It be them black sheeps of the family.
Friends, family, everything, I protect my peace at all costs. You will never play in my face. And I don't like that shit because my girl nice as hell. She's a sweet ass motherfucker. But me? Fuck everybody.
The biggest scam about black families is, but we a family. But that's your mom. You need to just talk it out. That's your sister. You need to just talk it out. Just talk it out. People don't want to fucking talk. They just want you to give your energy to them so they can keep you in this mental game with them. Oh, if I get her to tell me how she feels, I can manipulate her because now I know how you feel. I know how to try to get ahead of you. I know how to try to fuck up what your reality is. Don't fall for the propaganda. You are not living for your family. You coming back to the family is not going to make the family better. They just need somebody to keep punching at. They need somebody to keep fucking with. They need somebody to be lower than them so they can feel better about their low ass self-esteem. The only reason why they're coming back to you to try to pull you back is to hold you back. They see your potential. They don't like the fact that you know your worth, and they don't like the fact that you're doing just fine without them. Most families, especially black families, they thrive off dysfunction. They thrive off of gossip. They thrive off of talking shit about each other. I know my damn family does. And what's crazy is none of them even really like each other. They sit up, group up, talk shit about me. The whole time, they talk shit about each other too. And all it takes is for one person to fall out of the line of dysfunction for them to really see how dysfunctional they actually are. If you have made it up in your mind that the door is closed, then let the door be closed. Because change doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just happen in a matter of months. This is years. You have been building up the courage to cut them off for years. You didn't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I'm going to cut you off because something you said to me. No, they've been fucking with you. And the thing is, they don't want to take accountability for it. My family doesn't want to take accountability for the fact that all my life, they've made me look like I was the problem, made me look like I was weak, but at the same time, needed me for validation. Wanted me around so they could feel abundant in proximity. Used me for my beauty, my wisdom, my creativity, my encouragement, my advice, all that. But yet viewing me as competition. You need me, but you don't want me to need myself. You want to see me happy, but only when it makes you feel better about yourself. A lot of people in your family want you to do good, but never better than them. They're miserable. They're demons because it's not God that has them hating on you. It's not God that has them talking shit about you. It's not God that has them being narcissists, but sitting in enablers to try to pull you back in. It's not God. It's nothing but the fucking devil. You got to call it what it is. Your family is demonic. And when you speak out against them, they're going to say that you're the liar. They're going to say that you're paranoid. They're going to say that you got mental issues. They're going to say all these things about you that really reflects who they are.
And let's normalize staying away from toxic, dysfunctional, abusive people, especially family members. I'm so tired of people pushing that narrative. Oh, well, that's your family. Oh, well, that's your sister. That's your brother. That's your mama. And what's the point? What's your point? It doesn't change the fact that they're abusive. It doesn't change the fact that they're toxic. It doesn't change the fact that they're dysfunctional. Like, there are too many people coming up unalived by those same family members that people continue to try to push them to keep relationships with. Like, it's really getting out of hand. I do not play that. Soon as I have clarity and I see that you are a messed up individual, that you are toxic, that you are dysfunctional, that you are a danger to me, it's a wrap on you. Like, it's a wrap. I don't have time to even put my life in jeopardy ever again in life. And I'll never forget when my daddy would always say, like, well, that's your sister, that's your sister. He really used to get on my nerves with that. Like, it was a time specifically after my sister had put her hands on me while I was pregnant for no reason, just all because she had a jacked up life and just wanted to take her anger out on everybody around her. But after that situation, I did not talk to my sister. I didn't want nothing to do with that girl. And my daddy kept on telling me, that's your sister, that's your sister. And I truly wish that I would have stood my ground on that, even after she came back trying to mend the relationship. I should have never dealt with that girl ever again in my life, because once someone shows you who they truly are, that's who they are. Like, it's not no going back. It's not no, oh, they could be better. I'm telling you, people do not change. People are exactly who they continue to show you that they are. It doesn't matter that they're your family. As soon as you see that somebody is a danger, they dysfunctional, they toxic, they abusive, cut them off for life.
I never loved my girls, but I always love my sons. How the fuck you tell somebody some shit like that? How you tell your child some shit like that? Don't make no fucking sense. And I don't understand why mothers just praises their sons like that. And they act like they just hate their daughters for some reason. Cause my mama act like she hated me. She act like she hated me and my motherfucking sister. And them weak ass bitches you call sons, they ain't shit. She praises the ground they fucking walk on, y'all. Like, it's disgusting. Like, the bullshit that they used to do to me, and I would tell her about it, she ain't do shit. She ain't do shit. She act like she was scared of them. That woman act like she was scared of them.
Abusive kids. And a lot of times in our community, there is no help for the parents of narcissistic children. Why? Because nobody believes you. If your kids are acting up, the first thing they say is what you do to them. I have literally had lies told on me, elaborate lies, right, by my children, okay? Lies so detrimental, right, that I've had my friends say, well, she must be doing something to them kids, and I wasn't, okay? I wish I was a different kind of mother. I wish I was more spiritually awakened and trained my kids in their God power. But I have for years allowed my kids to verbally, physically abuse me and financially abuse me, trying to appease what they say they experienced as me being their parent. And it has never been enough. Now, grown and gone is still the same thing over and over again. It'll never be enough. Why? Because it ain't you. It's them. It's them. And a lot of times we don't talk about narcissistic kids. You get kids that get on the internet saying how horrible their parents was and my mama was this and my daddy was this. If you study the psychology of an abused child, right, they usually are in love with the abused parent. But you be careful when you watch these kids dragging for their parents online for likes and followers, right? And it's okay to leave them completely alone. It's okay to go completely no contact. Why? Because this is a season. Everybody's going to eat from their own table, okay? A lot of times as parents, we feel guilty that we could have did better. We could have did more, baby. But that guilt will keep you in that narcissistic, abusive relationships with your kids. So grown and gone kids that's still narcissistic and abusive, let this be your okay to let them go. Block their number and have nothing to do with them. Set you up a plan, baby, for when you get old, that you got enough money that nobody else needs to take care of you, because they ain't gonna take care of you anyway. I think that it is hard sometimes because as parents, we don't want to give up. We don't want to close that door. Today, I had to tell one of my children that I didn't even want them at my funeral, and I never wanted to talk to them again. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm not going to play this narcissistic game with them no more. I'm not going to allow myself to be drugged through the mud. They will lie on you. They will make up stories on you. They will befriend your enemies, okay? They will side with people that had nothing to do, wouldn't help you when they were children. They will side with them against you. It's time out. You have my permission, and you have the permission of love to close the door on your own children. I love you, melanated dominant people, and I hope this helps.
If you're battling today between choosing yourself or distancing yourself from your toxic family, let me just drop something on you that's real. Peace is a gift from God. It is not a luxury. Anybody, blood or not, who keeps wounding you, draining you, or resetting your healing does not get unlimited access to your life. The word of God says, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And that means if certain people close is contaminating your spirit, you are not disloyal for stepping back. You are obedient for protecting what God is trying to grow in you. Sometimes the hardest warfare is choosing yourself when the people you love keep choosing dysfunction. Sometimes elevation requires separation. And sometimes God has to shut those doors because you won't. You are not wrong for wanting peace. You are not weak for walking away. You're simply deciding that your healing matters and your purpose matters, and your life cannot stay stuck because somebody else refuses to grow. So today, choose the version of you that God is calling you into, not the version that your family keeps dragging you back to.
Family members that bring nothing but drama, stress, and chaos into your life, and you keep calling it love just because y'all share the same blood. That ain't love, that's conditioning. See, psychology would tell you this. If you keep yourself around people that trigger your stress, your anxiety, your anger, your body stays in survival mode. You can't grow like that. You can't even think straight like that. You can't build nothing like that. But they'll guilt trip you and say, that's your mama, that's your cousin, that's your family. Okay, and what? If they disrespect you, drain you, use you, and bring chaos every time they show up, what exactly are you holding on to? A title? See, a lot of people don't got a problem with you being around. They got a problem with losing access to you. Because the moment you step back, now they can't use you the same. Now they can't dump their problems on you. Now they can't control you. Now they can't show up with drama and feel comfortable. So what they do? They paint you as the villain. You changed. You acting different. You think you better. Nah, I got boundaries now. And let me tell you something else. The reason that makes people uncomfortable because it forces them to look at their own life. Because if I can walk away from a toxic family, now you got to ask yourself, why you still tolerating yours? And most people don't want to face that. But listen, breaking cycles don't feel good. It don't look good, and it definitely don't get applauded at first. But you don't heal in the same environment that made you sick.
I'm not gonna lie, and cutting them off is the only way because it becomes draining dealing with people who don't got your best interests at heart. People who try to manipulate you, they try to gaslight you, they want you to second guess yourself. You want to be like, once you get past the anger part, once you get past the understanding part, once you get past the frustration of realizing how they truly operate and they have now targeted you because you operate different from them, and also you have certain qualities that they become jealous, envious of. Once you get past all of that, it's still hard for you to stay away from them. Like, it causes you like major anxiety to even be in their presence. Like, and especially if you leave and do work on yourself, then the more you deal with not only them, but individuals who choose not to change and grow, you can feel it within your body. It's unfortunate, like we didn't choose this path, we just walk it because either God designed it for us, or you know, it's just the way the universe is, or the way evolution was. You know what I'm saying? That you specifically became the black sheep. You specifically became that individual. And I'm specifically speaking on individuals who come from narcissistic families. Because I know people that come from dysfunctional families or people that come from semi-toxic families. I've heard stories where people disconnect from their family and their family went to therapy or their family worked on enough stuff to where they can kind of come together. When you come from a narcissistic family system that is highly dysfunctional, it's a different breed. You feel what I'm saying? I've heard people that come from these dysfunctional families, people that got unalived, people got unalived and then it got blamed on somebody else. People lost their lives to one person. That one person never got caught, and now they still in the family, seeking validation and playing like they sad about it. Like, oh my God, Stacy died. Oh man, and they unalived Stacy. They set her up. There's so much nuance to it. She could have been a doctor and she made sure she took the wrong medication, or she told her, can you put this needle in my arm, and then she put it in the wrong spot. Then when she was in the hospital, she gave her wrong advice in order for her to pass away. I done seen people set people up to get jumped or get unalived, get blicked up in these toxic narcissistic families. That jealousy, that envy, that hate will make people do terrible things.
Of my family, I've never felt more healthier. Not my entire family, just the family members I felt to be the most toxic. I'm not frustrated as much. My stress levels are down. Therefore, my blood pressure is probably down. Do I still have stresses in my life? Of course, I gotta pay bills. But there's nothing like the stresses of toxic family. So I'm a creative, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I'm a muralist, I'm a tattoo artist, different things like that. So a lot of times my brain thinks like creatively. From an objective standpoint, I swear the toxic members in my family hate that. Some of our main problems is, why are you like that? Why don't you act like everybody else? Because I'm not like everyone else. And it would always be a problem that I didn't just fit in this rigid box that maybe the other family members somehow fit in. And whenever I asked them to have an open mind or try to express myself, then that ends up being the problem. They say we don't choose our family, but we do choose who we allow in our lives. And family or not, if all you're doing is bringing a toxic relationship, toxic conversation, toxic back and forth into my life, then we don't really need to do this anymore. And at the same time, I'm subconsciously taking note because I never want my kids to cut me off, if that makes sense. So all the things I ask for, like emotional intelligence or emotional consideration or having an open mind or good communication, healthy communication, all those different things, I try to provide for my kids. So A, I'm not a hypocrite, and B, they never feel the way that I felt. I recently posted the famous Will Smith scene where he's breaking down that his dad was never there for him. I posted that because as a kid who grew up without a dad, I can highly relate. One of my family members was like, why did you post that? You need to get over it. You're a grown man. Whole time that scenes like that and the trauma and or pain I went through without having a father are driving forces for what motivates me and pushes me to be the best father I can for my kids. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and rant. I don't normally talk about family stuff, but it felt good. It felt therapeutic.
A lot of us are dealing with toxic family members and we don't know how to move on. We struggle with cutting these people off, always having hopes that these people gonna change, and they never do. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm gonna help you with that. This is something that I'm learning right now in my journey, and I think it can help somebody else. So I'm gonna give you 10 ways that you can finally walk away with peace. Number 1, you need to accept that closure might never come. You probably ain't gonna never get the apology that you deserve, the accountability that you long for, nor the change that you wanted to see in them. Let go of waiting for them to change. Let go of waiting for the apology. Your healing don't depend on that admission. It's gonna begin when you choose peace over proof. Number 2, you want to acknowledge the pattern and not just the person. If somebody is constantly manipulative, mocking, cruel, controlling, guilt tripping, gaslight, and dismissive of your feelings, that's actually not just how they are. It's a toxic pattern. Patterns ain't gonna change with wishful thinking. Patterns change with boundaries and distance. Number 3, you want to grieve the loss of the fantasy. One of the deepest wounds is grieving a parent, a sibling, or the bond that you wish you had. You ain't just cutting off a toxic person. You letting go of the maybe one day she'll change. Maybe this holiday gonna be different. Or maybe if I'm good enough, they'll love me right. Give yourself space to mourn it, to cry, and to feel it all. Moving on, number 4, stop explaining yourself. They don't get it. They don't want to. And if they did, they would already have made things right. Your peace don't require their permission, nor they understanding. And you already see that they don't understand you anyway. A boundary is a sentence. A cutoff is a decision. And it's none of that is up for debate. Number 5, write a goodbye letter that you'll never send them. Let it all out. Write down everything. What they did, how it made you feel, and what you decided to do about it. And how you're showing up for you now. How you choosing you, okay? Seal it, burn it, keep it, rip it, whatever you're going to do with it. But let your voice be heard, even if it's with just you and God. Number 6, create a safety plan for your mind. Toxic families got a way of living rent-free in your mind. So this is what you're going to do in order to help. Set firm boundaries on social media. Block who you need to block. Mute people, whatever you need to do, okay? Handle it. You want to redirect them thoughts whenever doubt and guilt tries to creep in. Surround yourself with a supportive community, voices that can support the truth that you're walking in. Whenever triggers show up, you want to journal or you want to pray through it, or both. Number 7, do not wait until you are ready. You probably ain't gonna never feel ready. You still gonna feel that guilt. You gonna still love them. Cutting them off don't mean you cold or hateful and bitter. It just means that you done living in emotional pain. So stop waiting for the perfect time. It ain't gonna ever be no perfect time. Number 8, bless them and block them. The key to peace is saying something like, I release you. I forgive you. I accept that you might never change, and I no longer need you to. Then block access, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and even on the phone. Number 9, fill that void with safe, soulful people. People who are on the same journey as you. You ain't only removing toxic people out of your life. You making room for real love, your chosen family, healthy friendship, and a life where you are the main character and not the emotional caretaker. And number 10, you want to affirm your freedom every single day. Start your day with things like, I am allowed to protect my peace. I don't have to shrink to be loved. God is healing every broken place inside of me. So let this be your permission slip, okay? You are not a bad daughter or son. You are not ungrateful. You're not being dramatic. You're just finally healing. I hope this video helped you. And if it did, share it with somebody.
Like, being around family after you wake up, you feel me? If you a chosen one, after you wake up, being around family just, it won't work out. You feel me? Because they so stuck in this fucking matrix. Like, they are literally stuck in this shit. They actually think this shit is real, right? They think the system is real. This is why you don't relate to them. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know all of it, you see shit for what it is. You see what I'm saying? Now you see, your eyes are open, right? You know all of this shit is fake. You know all of this shit is just illusions. You feel me? So being around people that think that this illusion is real, it's gonna be challenging that time. You gonna have your family in your ear telling you what they think is best for you. You feel me? You gonna have your family in your ear telling you what they think you should be doing. You should go get a job. You should go do this and you should go do that. You should go give your energy away to them and you should go give your energy away over here. You feel me? Not realizing that all of this shit is illusions. None of this shit is real. You see what I'm saying? So being around your family after you wake up and they still sleep, they are bots. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand shit you tell them. Anything you tell them, it go in this ear and out the fucking other. They don't understand shit you be saying. This is why if you a chosen one, bro, getting away from your family is the best thing you could do, right? Because they gonna hold you back from so much, right? Like if you attach to your family, bro, you might as well just detach from them right now because they will never get it. They'll never understand it. You see what I'm saying? They never will, and that's okay. You feel me? But don't let them hinder you. Don't let them stop you from where you need to be going. You got shit to do. You came to this planet for a reason. The reason you are even here is because you came here to do an assignment for the Most High, right? And you can't let your family hold you back. And most of the time, your family be fucking agents anyway. Like, your family dead ass be agents. Like, these people not even your family for real. This is a fake family that was placed around you to make you seem like you crazy, right? This is why you never relate to them. It seems like you always bumping heads with this fucking family of yours, because that's probably not even your real family for real. Most chosen ones were separated from their true families at birth. You feel me? Like, putting you with your real soul tribe, putting you with your real family, that's too much fucking power. You see what I'm saying? You hold so much power alone. So imagine if you was with your actual real family. That's way too much power. These higher ups, these elites could never give you that much power. So most of us was separated from our true families. You see what I'm saying? This is, like I said, this is why you don't relate to them. This is why they try to attack you. This is literally why they attack you how they do. You feel me? Do you think your actual real family would do that to you? No, your soul tribe would never do that to you because they love you. They understand you. They would never judge you.
If they are adult children, remove yourself. If not, God will remove you to teach them. You should not have to make the ultimate sacrifice of losing your life to teach your disrespectful, aggressive, ungrateful child a lesson. You shouldn't have to leave. Now, they say honor their parents or your days will be short. But some of us as parents, we fight, we beg, we plead with our kids because we nurtured them and we had them and we loved them unconditionally. And they will show you their ass behavior, the physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, time and time and time and time again.
Today I want to talk about something that may be very touchy, but it needs to be talked about. And that's putting out your adult child that lives under your roof that you are emotionally attached to. So let's talk about it. It's a different kind of heartbreak because that's your baby. But that same child that you raised, protected, and prayed over is the very one destroying your peace. And I had to learn this the hard way. Love does not mean letting somebody train you, even if they do share your DNA, even if you do remember when they took their first breath. Letting a grown child go isn't rejection, it's respect for you, your home, and your mental health. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is give them space to grow, even if that space ain't under your roof anymore. I cried. I questioned myself. I said, what kind of parent puts their child out? Then I realized a parent who was tired of being disrespected, a parent who was tired of being talked to crazy, a parent that deserves peace in the home they pay for. It doesn't make you a bad mother. It doesn't make you cold. It makes you a human being with boundaries. And boundaries don't mean I don't love you. It means I love you, but not like this. So if you're struggling to let them go, hear me. You're not abandoning your child. You're choosing yourself for the first time in a long time. And trust me, sometimes the only way they grow up is when they have to stand up on their own. And letting them go might break you for the moment, but sometimes keeping them breaks you forever.
They have put themselves in a position above you to make you think that you are less than and you need to bow down and apologize to them in order to have them around. When if you needed $10, you couldn't get it. If you needed them to go to the store and do your grocery shopping like they was substituting for Instacart, you couldn't get them on the phone because you want to keep them around, because you want to keep the grandkids around. I get parents all the time messaging me and commenting about how they're doing that. Their kids are basically holding the grandkids hostage and they got to do this and they got to do that and they got to be on their best behavior, so they'll keep bringing the grandkids around. And hey, trust me, I get it. You tell them that you're sorry. Well, have the empty seat at the table. Better yet, if you just don't like seeing the chair empty, then guess what? Somebody you work with, they don't have no family, invite them to your house. Let them fill that seat. I bet you they'll appreciate you a lot more than that ungrateful ass adult child that you raised and sacrificed everything for, that's telling you that you need to tell them you sorry. And they'll get up from your same dinner table and not even tell you, thank you, mom, thank you, dad, for preparing this wonderful meal for us today, for us to spend some time together. But you know what? Their coworker, they'll tell you thank you. And you ain't never done a damn thing but invite them to dinner one time. We got to stop this. You don't owe your grown kids a goddamn gone thing. You don't owe them nothing. Whatever their lives is doing at this point that they can't get over, that's too bad. We moving forward. Everybody, all these young people around here just looking in the rearview mirror, trying to find somebody to blame their mess ups. No. We got to stop this. It's not your fault. And even if it is, oh well, it's too late. They need to go off and build a life for themselves. And if they don't want to come around you no more, honey, let that be their choice, baby. Because this is getting out of hand. It's just getting way too out of hand. The amount of mothers that are going through this, the amount of fathers that are going through this is innumerable.
I had a mild stroke at the age of 33. At the age of 33. Because I was so busy trying to fight for my daughter. I was busy trying to I'm trying to fight for my child, because I know the mother that I am, the standards, the morals, like I give y'all the world. I'm talking about, baby, if it took for me to work 2-3 jobs, I keep y'all in the best of everything. Baby, I take y'all on trips. I'm doing all this and doing all that. And that's what I tell people. Let me tell you something, boy, that money don't mean everything. You could get insurance, everything in the world, and they still can go out here and be rebellion. They can go out here and do what they want to do. But that's when you got to make an example of them. I locked her up. I showed it. I took her right onto the group home. Because it was so bad, y'all, to the point where I done lost jobs. She had done tried to break in the house, done broke the window. These people trying to put me out. When I say baby took me all up and through there, baby took me all up and through there. And the hardest thing that you can ever do as a parent is wash your hands with your child. It hurt us more than it hurt them. But it came to a point where I had to say, you know what, Lord, you gave it to me, and I'm going to give it back to you. Because I got too much living I got to do, and I still have other children that I'm trying to raise. If you feel like you that grown, you can't live with me. If you grown than me, you can't live in my house. If you feel like you can't be obedient and respectful to me, you got to go. I love you, but I love you enough to let you go learn. You're going to have to learn it the hard way. But I got to pay the rent for you to have somewhere to live, buy the food, to put the food in your stomach, clothes, shoes, and all that for you, and you ain't weighing no cheap stuff. Baby, it's a that part situation, and you being rebellion and disrespectful to me and my household, it ain't gonna work for me. That was the hardest thing I had to do, was let my daughter go. Y'all, it was so bad to the point that the girls home put out. It was that. It just was a that part situation with her. She was a walking time bomb. I'm talking about with SNAP. I'm talking about she done got put out of school. Okay? I had to eventually, I just let her go stay with her daddy. And that needed to work out. And it was, sometimes the lesson that they have to learn is for them to understand that one thing about it, your mama never stir you wrong. And she went through some stuff with her dad. And I ain't gonna put all her business out there, but she went through some stuff with her dad to the point that, baby, when she came back, my daughter was a whole new person. Baby, when I say it humbled her to the point of, when I say she ain't nothing that she might still got it in there, you have to bring it out of. But baby, listen, you got to teach you. They got to learn the hard way. We don't. How many times have we had to fall and bump our head for us to learn the hard way? And you know what I'm saying? I didn't completely just give up on my child, but I had to give up on it at the same time, baby. I got too much to lose. No, baby, I don't get no. Baby, I have to get out here and get it how I live. I don't get government assistance out to make it happen. And yeah, it was a dead part situation.
Sometimes you